Family and friends, welcome back to the channel. It is time for our 4-month review. We got here April 22nd. It's now August 22nd. I'm hoping I'm going to get this out on YouTube tonight. It might go up tomorrow. But first, let me thank all of my subscriptions really jumped, and I just want to let you know I very much appreciate you guys. Thank you for paying attention to the channel. Thank you for watching. I really mean that. It means a great deal to me. I'm looking down at my notes if you wonder what I'm doing. After 4 months. The amount of friends that we're making, many from the U.S. and many from Albania. I've been blessed knowing Andrea and Jesse. We were really tight. Chris Forte has been fantastic, really helping me along, giving me tips and stuff like that to do. Ronnie's fantastic. Met Richard. Mike, we're trying to get together. We keep missing each other though. And Janine is coming very soon from the States. So wishing everyone the best, safe travels, everything's going to be good. So after 4 months making friends, we're really settling in, okay? What I mean by settling in, I got my favorite restaurants, you know where to go. I know the streets now. I showed you in the last video my street businesses that I like to frequent, friends that I've made. So after a couple months, man, things are really good. The best thing I could tell you that April and I did, always remember, and we discussed this with Dan from Vagabond Buddha, that we are the visitors here, okay? We are the foreigners, which means we're always on our best behavior, and we do that on purpose, okay? Because like I stated before, whether you like it or not, you are a representative of your country. If I do something stupid or look bad, it's going to make America look bad, and I don't want to do that, okay? I want to be respectful to these people. And like I said, if you show them respect, they're going to send it back to you tenfold. Okay, don't be the arrogant, cocky person coming in. Believe me, it'll do you harm. It ain't going to help you. The good news coming up, Andrea, Jesse, myself, and April, we're going back to Poker Deck. Okay, such a beautiful city. So we're going to go back to Labor Day weekend. Why Labor Day weekend? Since I'm retired, because Andrea's not. She works online. Okay, she does work still back for the States. So Labor Day weekend, she gets a 3-day weekend, and we're going to take back off to Poker Deck. Bus ride about 3 hours. Take a taxi, maybe 2.5. Bus ride should cost $7 per person, which is unbelievable for a 3-hour drive. Okay, so we're looking very much forward to that, man. So it'll be cool. We're gonna try to stay where we stayed before, relatively close, like right on top of the beach. Beautiful, relaxing city. If you guys haven't seen the videos on that, I did 2 of them in Poker Deck. I know I'm mispronouncing that. I'm sorry. The one city I really want to live to. And I'm mispronouncing it. All the cities here are great. The one thing I've noticed, each city has its own vibe. I think is the right word to put to it. So I love them all. You know, Toronto's like they're in New York. Okay, everything's quick. You know, people are trying to make a buck. You know, but still, every night all the families go out together. You know, as soon as it sunsets, it's really beautiful. You know that they're very tight on their families. Okay, let's talk about some questions that I've been getting. Ever since I put up my email, I made an email just for YouTube. Let me explain something. When I first was going to start YouTube, I was paranoid about putting my name out there. So I made this email just for YouTube, but I put a fake name on it. I put John Stockmaster. My real name is Patrick. I'm still uncomfortable using my last name. Many YouTubers do. I don't know if I ever will, but I hope you understand. My real name is Patrick, but on the email you're going to see John Stockmaster. Sorry, I'm just going to have to deal with that. But ever since then, I've been getting a lot of questions that are very close to the same question, so I want to go over that with you. A lot of the questions are things that I've done videos on. So I made a playlist of things I did in Dallas, my early videos, to prepare me for coming over here to Albania. So I invite you, please look at some of those old videos, because an email is, believe me, it's a lot harder for me to type. I'm not a typist to try to give an answer. And it's a lot easier if you watch those videos and go back, like I said, I made a playlist. Don't get me wrong, I love your questions. It's difficult for me to get to everybody, but I'm doing the best that I can for you guys, okay? Some of the common questions that I would get, and I understand why you would ask that, but Pat, can I make it on 1400? Pat, can a couple make it on 1800? Pat, can a couple make it on 2000? Can a single person do it on 1000? And I understand why you would be asking that question. A lot of it, my ears are popping, excuse me. A lot of it is, it's up to you, and I'm going to explain that. On my street, I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to be rude. I mentioned this before, but let me say it again. There's a 58-year-old widow, nice lady, and just maybe 100 feet away from me, she's managing a hostel. If you don't know what a hostel is, think of it like a hotel, but you have a lot of shared common areas. Sometimes you could have the same sleeping quarters like bunk beds. Other hostels, you could have your own private room, private toilet, private bathroom, but you have shared common areas, kitchens shared, television areas shared, stuff like that. It's an inexpensive place to stay. But she's managing it so she gets free room and board. So there are ways to get free room and board. Same street. I'm paying 390 euros per month to be in this very small home. It's small, it's outdated, but as I always say, I'm outdated too. And I'm very happy, it's very functional. But for 390 euros, roughly, off the top of my head, it's about $420 or USD. I have another friend, not too far from me, paying over $2,000 a month to rent a place. Modern, huge, nice. But he's paying for it. The good news is we're all as equally safe in each of our locations. A lot of times in the U.S., the cheaper you go, you'll be in a more dangerous neighborhood. It's not like that here. I have purposely, if you look at some of my earlier videos, have gone down, I'm trying to find the poorest streets. And no worries at all. That 58-year-old widow is maybe 100 pounds soaking wet. And some of the things that she enjoys doing is going down small alleys just to see what's down there. I don't know where you live, but I don't know too many areas where 100 pounds soaking wet 58-year-old female feels safe going down alleys. But that is what you feel here. That is what you get, which I'm grateful for. The other thing besides that, there's been a lot of questions about taxes in Albania, and I'm not trying to be dodgy on it, stuff like that. I'm asking you. You could do it for stateside. You don't have to wait till you get here. Go ahead and Google visa lawyers in Toronto, Albania, and go to their website. See if you can email them, ask them questions about taxes. I've been getting some screwy questions on taxes that are just simply not true. But I don't want to get into an argument, especially on such a subject such as taxes and money due, stuff like that. A lot of it's ridiculous. I had one guy, and I'm not blaming the guy. He was seeing something on YouTube that they were changing the visa laws for Americans that will no longer be 1 year visa free, that it will just be on the 3-month thing. No, it's not true. I think where they're getting that, there were some videos, or it was like 2 years ago, where Albania made massive changes in their visa program, and they lumped America in USA in with the other countries, okay? And then they corrected it. They realized, that's not the way it should be, and America went back to 12 months visa free. And I think some of that information is still floating around out there, so they're thinking we lost to 1 year. No, we did not. That is not true. No, we did not. Let's see what else we got here. Taxes. Oh, believe it or not, before we came here, and this is in my earlier videos, I froze my credit, okay, through the 3 credit industries in the United States, because you don't need it here. When I rented my place, there's no credit check. I know that sounds baffling. Don't get me wrong, if you don't pay your bills, you're going to have a black mark on your name, okay? That can prevent you from getting residency and so forth. But there was no credit check. It was good to go. Now, you do have to fill out a contract, obviously, like I did a 1-year lease. And also in that lease, like in America, we would call it a cleaning deposit. First month, last month, cleaning deposit. They call it a guarantee, I believe it was called. So in other words, if I break my lease, like I signed a 1-year lease, if I leave early, okay, I'm supposed to give a 1 month notice, I would definitely give 2. But if I break that lease and don't stay the full year, they get to keep that guarantee, which is basically 1 month rent. Okay, so just trying to make sure you realize that. I've had a lot of people tell me, Poker Deck and some of the beach cities, half the town shuts down when you're out of tourist season. I'm fine with that. A lot of people are saying, got to stay in Toronto and just visit the others. I love Toronto, don't get me wrong. But as big as Toronto is, how much of it do I actually live in? What's in my little world bubble? It's really not that big. Like I said, I got my favorite cabbie. I got my favorite restaurants. I got my favorite things I like to do, where to go to people watch. The only thing that's going to be difficult if I move to Poker Deck, it feels like you're starting over. I don't know the streets. I got to make friends again. You know, everything's new, but that's just a part of life, man. That's just what we're going to do. For me, to answer the question, how much does it cost to live here? April, I can live very comfortably, $2,000 a month. Now that is renting a very small place for $390. That includes our health insurance, which I'm paying $300 a month. Another touchy subject. A lot of people don't get health care. I do have insurance because I like to use a private hospital. Reason for it, they do have free clinics here, but I don't want to be a drain on these people. I want to add to it. So I will go to a private hospital and pay my own way. I feel very strongly about that. I've had not a disagreement, but I didn't say anything, but it bothered me. That no. I know friends that have gotten ambulance rides here. They've never been charged. Here's my thing. Someone's paying for that ambulance. Okay? And like I said, I don't want to be a drain on these people. I want to add to them. Okay? Nothing's free. Somebody's paying for that ambulance. Okay? Someone's paying for that doctor. And if I need something, I'm gonna pay my own way. I'm gonna do so. Besides that $2,000 a month, though, don't forget you got to have setup money. I discussed that before in a different video. What do you mean by setup? In other words, once you're out of the Airbnb, you got forks, knives, pots, pans, linens, and so forth. But even a fully furnished place that you're going to rent, lease, you're still going to have to buy those things a little bit just to get set up. Okay. Most common questions, we went over that. Let's see. Besides, how much does it cost to survive there? What would you do, and so forth? Dating scene. I've been asked about that. What's the dating scene like? I wouldn't know. I'm married. If I had to guess, I'd tell you what, they're very traditional here. Very traditional. Okay, that's about the best thing I could say about it. But I don't know about the dating scene here, guys. I just don't. I have no idea. But 4 months settling in here, I have zero regrets. Zero. Absolutely zero. My landlord is super. The people here have been fantastic. Very warm, very welcoming. I'm really fortunate. The one thing that I did notice that shocked me, we had a little bit of a water problem where the water kept cutting off, and they fixed it. But what was interesting, it was a couple-day period where they were working on the water just for my place. And I'm going down the street, different businesses, people that I don't really know, and they're looking at me, hey, your water's okay? Your water's okay? And I was, how'd you know my water wasn't okay? And you got to remember, people have been living in this area or this street even for generations. So they all know each other. And then you take me and you plop me right in the middle of it. And so, yeah, they all know you. So mind your P's and Q's. Be polite. Be nice. You'd be surprised how they open up. Like I said, I got people giving me fruit and stuff. We're going to go out to eat at Mario's, great pork place. His wife and him own 120 olive trees. And his wife picks the olives, crushes them, and so it's 100% pure olive oil. So here, my family to your family. That's just the way they are. Give them respect. They will give you respect. It's really a beautiful thing. So real quick, my Uncle Gary was wearing this shirt. He lives out in California, and he's got the same hat as I do with his Albania shirt. I didn't send him the Albania shirt, and it was to wish me happy birthday. Recently I turned 61, and I thought that was so cool. So big shout out to Uncle Gary and Aunt Kathy. Love you guys. All right, I got to give you guys a phone call. I will. I got to do it. But that was really special. I very much appreciate it. So do I miss you guys in the U.S.? Sure I do. I always will. But I'll tell you, this is the best thing that April and I ever did. Is Albania right for you? I don't know. There is no utopia, okay? You might prefer Southeast Asia. You might prefer Mexico or South America. But if you can, I know it's hard. If you can afford it, if you got the time to do it, come on out at least a couple of weeks, maybe a month. Check out the scene. Check out a couple of different cities and see if you like it. Then make your decision. Sometimes it's difficult. A lot of times, it's difficult to have the time or the money or the resources to come out to do visitation first. Believe me, I get it. Okay, so April and I are going to go back to Mario's tonight. We're going to have dinner. A lot of times what we do, Mario doesn't like to accept anything. I figured him out though. Like we'll bring Mario pastries and he'll go, no, no. And I go, it's for your kids. It's not for you. Okay, my family to your family. He's got to take it, but he's appreciative. He gets a big smile on his face. But yeah, I got him figured out. Yeah, we just say, yeah, these pastries are for your kids, bro. Ain't for you. But he's a great guy. I'm proud to know him. So if we do move to Poker Deck, which does look like we're gonna, we've made inroads with friends here, with Albanians here, that I will miss. But we will visit. We keep coming back to Toronto, to enjoy them. My pharmacist, I go in there all the time, get my prescriptions filled. You don't need my blood pressure stuff. I don't need a prescription from a doctor. I just bring in my bottle, give it to her. She refills it for me. We have conversations all the time. A lot of times at nighttime, the cats come out, street cats, and I'll feed the cats at nighttime. And a lot of people come over and talk to me, see how things are going. But stuff like that I'll miss in Toronto, but I'll establish that in Poker Deck. Okay, so the 4-month review, we couldn't be happier. Best thing we ever did. For us, $2,000 a month. Besides that $390, what I wanted to tell you, every night's date night. Okay, we go out to dinner every night. And every night, $7 to $10 a piece to have a good meal. Now, I notice on the menus they'll have some expensive stuff, which would be expensive, like a $20 plate, $25 plate. But there's also $7, $6 plates that are awesome as well. So you try those $6 and $7 ones, you find something you really like. And then this restaurant, you can get this for $6 or $7 or $10. You can get this. There's a great Chinese restaurant we were at yesterday. Cost us about $10 a piece. Doable. Very doable. But in the States, I would take April out. I'm not going to say the name of a restaurant, but not a special restaurant. You can drop 80 to $100, man. Okay? But every night is date night for us. And like I said, I feel very fortunate. I feel very blessed. Real quick, was it scary? When you really get down to it, was it scary? Yeah. Yeah, I was scared. I was. I can lie to you. When I was single, I was fearless. But now if I make a mistake, it hurts April. So was I scared? Yeah. I was confident I was making the right decision. But it's a tough decision, I know it. But I want to let you know, best thing I ever did. Okay, there's no other way to put it. I love you guys. Take care. 4-month review is awesome. April's awesome. Going back to Poker Deck here, Labor Day weekend with Andrea and Jesse. So it's cool. All right. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.